you know, middle class, nice house, couple of dogs. I never did finish high school. I had a knack for other things.
Basketball.
Sure, basketball. And people would hire me for security, or let's say somebody needed to be taught a lesson. So at a very young age, I had a knack for firearms, weapons of the sort. And here I am today.
From the sounds of it, Mr. Wolf, you'll be a very valuable resource in Waycrest Industries, considering the current outlook of the calamity that has struck our world this day. And I think head of security would be an appropriate position for you.
Thank you. Don't flatter me.
Head interrogator.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of individuals out there that I would like questions to be answered. People who have stepped in my shoes in the past.
Is one of the names wouldn't happen to be Jay, would it?
No, not a J.
What about Josh?
Not a Josh either. These folks, I haven't
I
seen
know a
them
John.
in some
I
time.
met a John.
Right, well,
But,
if you run into anybody called Josh, he's an acquaintance of mine up in Churno. I've met him once before. I owe him a few things. He's a nice person. Jay, on the other hand, he's quite wealthy. I have a message for him, so I will have to leave you boys at Churno. But I will be back.
What do you mean wealthy? It's like I haven't seen money since I've been here anymore.
Mr. Rusty, when I say wealthy, I mean lots of firearms, lots of weaponry, a vehicle, a running vehicle.
Oh, a vehicle. Yes. There's one that spawned near my personal base. Well, it's not really a base. It's more of just a place to live, with with gates and walls and stuff. But there's one that spawned. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I used the wrong word. I don't know the right word. I found one right up there. A car, but all it needs is a spark plug and one tire and a radiator. Unless somebody else already got it.
My apologies, I dropped my heat pack. Interesting.
So I'm just saying, there's a car that, if it hasn't been got, I have to go up there sometime today, or within the next few days here, because I haven't been up there in a while, and I gotta see if my stuff's still good.
Mr. Waycrest, you wouldn't happen to have a knack for firearms, would you?
I used to be quite an enthusiast, pardon me, stuttering a bit, enthusiast, there we go. Back in the day, one of my leisures was hitting the fire range occasionally. I'm not the best marksman, but I am definitely a good shot.
Interesting. Mr. Rusty?
He might be having a moment of meditation again. He has these occasionally.
Maybe.
I'm so
Happens to the best
sorry.
of us. Quite alright. Well, if you boys want to know a little more about me, I was here on mission, let's say. I was here to take out
A mission from God.
you could say that. I was here to take
I
out
don't
a
believe in him.
quite high value target. Let's say he helped run the country.
Mr.
If you get
Donald
my
Trump.
No, not Mr. Donald Trump. run this country. Run
Oh,
this
Hillary
area.
Clinton. Okay.
Not Hillary Clinton, although I would love to put a bullet in her head.
Yes, you're not the only one.
Well, Mr.
But,
Wolf, the more you tell me about your background, the more I can't help but figure you're going to be an amazing asset for the Den of Vice under Waycrest Industries.
Mm-hmm. There may be a day where I tell you my real name, but that day is not today.
Well, we'll leave it to you. I understand the secrecy, and I understand, I would just say I understand it fully. Mr. Rust, you there? He's still learning the ropes. I've met him earlier today, and he told me in great detail about his skill set. The reason why I choose him to be in charge of engineering and technical support when it comes
I know
to...
very much about this country. I had an encyclopedia. I learned so much, and then Royal Rangers and stuff. I'm very good at survival. I just don't like going out at nighttime without somebody to protect me or my Aunt Bertha. Because it's scary at nighttime.
Well, hopefully we can help you deal with your fear.
I just do work. I just do work so you guys protect me. That's all. That's it. I'll be your bitch.
Well, I wouldn't say be my bitch. That's
Well,
more
your gopher,
suited
whatever.
for-
I won't put
If
my
you wanted
finger
to
in your
be-
belt loop or anything, but I don't expect to be a top guy.
If you wanted to be my bitch, I would have you in chains right now.
No, not
And
like that. No.
Rusty, as
I'm
you
just
so
not used to being
put
picked
it-
because
earlier, you don't like your no-no zone to be touched. I don't know if that goes along with being a bitch, but
yes.
let's just say
You can't touch me there. That is my no-no square.
stay a technician for now. I prefer you in that position, working on electrical work and
Yes, sir.
building walls.
Yes, sir.
And maybe I might put you in charge of currency, and when we start gambling at the casino, maybe you can keep track of people's records. And if they happen to have a poor record of not paying Mr. Wolf, then you can report to Mr. Wolf if he so chooses
That
to be an
is
associate
possibly
in the future.
doable. I have been told I have OCD before, but as I told them, if I had OCD, that would be in proper alphabetical order. CDO, 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 3 times.
Interesting.
Interesting. 3 times, I said.
Well,
I think I would probably prefer a jog because it is a bit nippy out and my suit seems
yes,
to be down.
I was just about to suggest the same thing. Anyhow, Mr. Waycrest, I presume you were a businessman in the past, yes?
Yes, I used to own a company in New York before making a horrible business decision to come out here for dealing with my stockholders. In the past, I used to run a company involving advancements on robotic engineering when it comes towards retrieving soldiers from the field. But I did deal in the arms race
Robots are
a wee
awesome.
bit. But it's the past.
I never had a hand in the arms race. I was, how do I put it? I helped package and ship, but that's about it. Seen a lot of interesting firearms in my day. Such as, you're familiar with El Chapo, yes?
I can't say I am.
Is that the horse on the cartoon that's got a guitar? No, that's El Kabong. Never mind.
No, he's not a horse. He was the biggest and most dangerous drug lord there was. He basically ran many countries, including Mexico.
Yeah,
Let's say
it sounds
he
familiar.
was- Let's say at his mansion he had various animals, such as zebras, lions, hippopotamuses.
Yes, I've seen a documentary on this man before.
That's very random.
let's say I personally gave him his most prized firearm.
Oh,
But that's,
A gold-plated Makarov.
yes. 24 karat gold plated Makarov. It was, I believe the worth was up there in the millions. But this man is rumored to have billions of dollars in drug money.
Not
You-
anymore.
You don't mess with that.
I have
man.
some biters up ahead.
Go ahead and take care of them.
Oh, this hasn't ruined my suit this time.
I'm not scared of zombies during the day. I outsmarted them during the day and killed them from behind.
Interesting. I apologize for shooting near you. My sights on my pistol seem to have gone out, so I didn't have the most accurate shot.
I figure that's what you're doing. I prefer not to deal with myself these days, but it's still important. There's an extreme importance of being good with your knife these days and your fist.
Yes, very.
I like people to know that
Come now, Rusty.
you know, these days. In the past, before this Fight
Whoops.
Club venue became an idea of mine,
Rusty, what did you just drink?
I did not try. It said disinfect. That's what I meant to do. That's what I tried to do.
Take these.
I think I drank any of it.
you might want to induce vomiting upon yourself.
You... Yes, you took a slight swig from the
No,
bottle. Please take these.
No, I washed my hands with it. You can take it and wash your hands with it, or disinfect with it. That's what I did.
Mr. Rusty, if you tend to start feeling sick anytime soon, please immediately let me know.
See, now I'm disinfecting. Yeah, hopefully it's just disinfecting. Maybe I should puke. Hold on.
There it goes.
That's a boy. Get it all out, Mr. Rusty. That's a boy.
Hopefully
Yes,
that's okay
we,
now.
little shower thought. We were all terrified of puking when we were younger, but now that we're older, we're just like, get it out of me. I know I'll
Yes, it
feel
happens
better.
to me all the time.
All right, back to
I
your
get very nervous and I throw up too.
Here's the plan, Mr. Wolf. I have a business partner in the country somewhere, and I've yet to find him since we got departed during the initial outbreak. But I need a security force. I need bartenders and staff, and we need entertainment. Entertainment being willingly, or those who've wronged our associates, or myself, or you. For the initial sport.
Well, I haven't happened to run anybody who's wronged me quite yet, but I have made a fair share of acquaintances. Like I said, I met Josh and another fellow. I can't quite remember his name. I think his name is Jurgen. They live here. I know where they both live. I don't quite know if they're home.
Have you heard of a man named Hung Lo, by any chance?
Yes, I'm quite
Is his
familiar with
first
him.
name Juan?
Well, Mr. Hung Lo seems to be a man of taste, and I hear he has an appetite for fighting in the arena, so he's a prospect for one of the boxers.
Yes,
If
he's
his
a good
first name
acquaintance
is
of mine.
Juan, I'm going to laugh. Juan Hung Lo.
I gave him a suppressor. He owes me some 9mm ammo. I've yet to find him yet, though.
He seems to be
I
hard
thought
to
he was
track
a
down.
Novi. Yes, I thought he was a Novi. That's where I met him last. I ran through and he wasn't there, but I keep him to his word.
It seems a man I met on the road named Paul said he had run into Hung Lo on the way back up to Novi, but they got separated during a horde incident, and nobody's seen him since, and that was yesterday.
Interesting. I can
Sorry,
only hope
didn't
the
mean to
best.
step on your feet.
Let's take a look at these military outposts here.